Do you want to take a life? Do you want to cross that line? Because it's a long way back from hell.
Now, what it got here is a scrotum and nothing else.
I learned a long time ago that there's no sense getting all riled up every time a bunch of idiots give you a hard time. In the end, the universe tends to unfold as it should. Plus, I have a really large penis. That keeps me happy.
My mind is a raging torrent, flooded with rivulets of thought, cascading into a waterfall of creative alternatives.
God darn it, Mr. Lamar. You use your tongue prettier than a $20 whore.
Probably late. Oh, Friday night time. Radical light and highly organized. It's Friday night times. Friday night times. If yourself not offended tonight. Oh, Friday night times. Rest assured that the chances are high.
Yo, it's Monday. Hey, thanks, X-Ray Girl. You knew I'd forget that. Welcome, everybody. Welcome. Hey, we got a Lanterns trailer today, and apparently there's some green lanterns in it. I'm excited to go over that. I'm sure it'll be fun and exciting and very superhero. I didn't get to catch the Nolan interview. So I guess we'll have to go over it next time. This is going to be a short show because I am in full Japan prep mode. So we're going to have to do sprinkle in some random streams throughout the week before I go. But we'll get in as much as I can. And what else? Oh, Animal Farm. Got to talk about Animal Farm. Variety. Shooty Gatwa takes a swing at Doctor Who. Should punch himself in the face too. And mango and grok. We're going to talk about mango and grok. But first, let's see who's here. Gregory. Oh my God, Gregory. Did I just start out saying Gregory? Now I'm going to call you Gregory forever instead of Gregory. Battery. Dr. Schlurpo, what's up? John Clegg. Darth Pointer, ASMR Cricket. God, I hate these new. Not your names. I still hate how YouTube has changed these. It's bad enough that I can't read like regular names. The Penguin Overlord, Vortex Maz, Dr. Dries, Hertz Donut, Bubba Doom, Haster 115, Big Papa Pump Thick, something like that. And Susan Shadowcast, Tonhauser Gate, Coopster, Nick. I've already Mexi Rage. What's up, Mexi Rage? X-Ray Girls in the back, and you're all here. Yeah, getting ready for Japan. How exciting! It is part excitement because I've never been there before, and it's part pure terror because I'm going to be on a couple of planes for a long time. But I'm what the, dude, if you hit this cord, I need a new cord. I paid $100 for this cord. Whatever. So apparently our good friend Jeremy has figured out that they have this thing called Wi-Fi on planes. I'm thinking he just thought it was for first class or something. I mean, that shows you how much Jeremy flies. He was like, you guys have Wi-Fi? You're on Twitter right now? Good old Jeremy. Hope he had a good flight back. Hope he had a good flight. Yeah, Geeks and Gamers went over to the fight, which there were other fights. And then there was a short fight. But hail Gina Carano. It's about the journey to get there and doing this in the first place. She's looking great. So hail Gina Carano. We love you, Gina. We love you, Gina. Where do we start? Let's start with Animal Farm, shall we? X-Ray Girl. Let's start with Animal Farm because it's not doing very well. Now, I'm not sure if it released internationally yet. Not sure if that's going to help. It's not hard to describe how much of a fuck up this is. So according to Exhibitor Relations, Angel's Animal Farm is the pigsty of the summer so far. Just 5.4 million through 3 weeks and nearly out of theaters. Now, what doesn't help it is it's not a very good movie, and it's a movie that Hollywood wanted nothing to do with, and that's how it probably fell in the hands of Angel Studios, who wants to make an impact, right? But I really kind of liked how they went about things. They had guild members. It was pretty much member driven, crowd driven. How do I put this lightly? Somebody made a fucking retarded decision. And I don't know how they presented it to the guild. Now, in Angel's defense, they said the guild voted on this. And as far as I know, they did. Now, I've had some guild members contact me and say, that didn't go down that way, but I honestly don't know. But if I was like in the room, or Will, the critical drinker, was in the room when they're like, hey, we have this movie. It's an animated Animal Farm. It subverts Orwell's text a bit. It adds an entire third act, really taking away from the theme and making it more ambiguous. Plus, it's really bad. It's really bad. Oh, and also stars Seth Rogen, who is a bit of a lightning rod, and you're a studio that has at least a perceived certain value system that you're going to roll with, right? And it seems to be, I don't know, the opposite of that value system, the direct opposite of that value system. And then on top of that, you pay a bunch of people to shill because you see the clapback you're getting initially. So you pay a bunch of shills to obfuscate things. And then you make a video going after fans. I mean, that's always worked so well for Hollywood, hasn't it? But that's the key. It's going full Hollywood. So it's too bad somebody didn't have the wherewithal or the stones to say no to this before it came out. Oh, coffee time. Let's go. Oh, yeah. I'm not going to mention what you just did. I love you. Thank you. All right. So Angel Studios went full Hollywood. They went full Hollywood on this one, and it's disappointing, but hopefully they learn from it, and hopefully this doesn't really just destroy their reputation. I know, I think they're traded publicly now and they're doing fine, and maybe that's what the whole point is. I'm probably not going to get any emails or phone calls in the future. I'll manage to get by. But this has to be said. And Tim Pool said it first. Tim Pool was out there calling him out first, and good for Tim. But this has to be said. You went full Hollywood, and that's not that's not the first impression you were giving us. I could say more, but I won't. But, at this point, it's a rug pull. It's Black Rifle Coffee. Remember when Black Rifle Coffee was like, yeah, we're all for vets and two-way and Black Lives Matter. Coffee's so good. Coffee is so good. Yeah, it's too bad. Black coffee matters. Yes, black coffee matters. Black coffee. Now, to one of my favorite shows in the world, Doctor Who. We have the video of this too, X-Ray Girl, right? I know it's SNL, but who cares? We can cut it out. There's a UK SNL. I don't know if their viewership has gone up, but it was in the hundreds of thousands. A couple of their, it's just in one night, but a couple of their live shows got fewer views than Friday Night Tights does, which is hilarious if you ask me. But we got Ncuti Gatwa. Ncuti Gatwa, the first black gay. No, he was not the first. He's the first black male gay doctor, because as you may or may not be aware, going from Jodie Whittaker to the Fugitive Doctor to David Tennant's 14th Doctor to Ncuti Gatwa, all of those doctors are gay. Statistical impossibility even in Doctor Who, but that's the case. We had 4 gay doctors in a row. 4 gay doctors in a row. And unsurprisingly, the show has no home. BBC can't afford to make it anymore. Worst ratings in the show's history and herstory. So Ncuti Gatwa decides to take the piss out a little bit. And, on the surface, that's funny. It's funny. Ncuti Gatwa takes aim at Doctor Who in an SNL UK monologue. About 12 of you watched me. Maybe that's why I kept crying. Ha ha ha. Very funny. Extremely funny. Do we have the video? Yeah, we do. Okay, let's do this. Here we go. This is like the 7th show of the first season. So listen, I'm gonna break some news for you. Entertainment sector and whatever the fuck you call yourselves in the UK and Hollywood. There's no gay underrepresentation. It's overrepresented at this point. Like I said, there's 4 gay doctors in the row in the entire universe. There's 4 gay doctors in a row. Oh yeah. So this, you know what? I'd like to see. I'm the first straight white Catholic hosting SNL. That'll be a first for the BBC. Hit play.
Openly Scottish host. It's the last episode of the season.
Pause again. He's not. Was he born in Scotland? I thought he was. Maybe he was. I don't know. Okay, hit play.
So they asked.
So it's good to give the context that he wasn't totally shitting on a doctor, although he should, because that's the guy who told the fans to touch grass rather than watch the show. And they did. They did. And unintentionally, it turned out to be like really good advice because you didn't want to watch that show. You would not want to. Those are minutes of your life you will never get back. That people like yours truly and Disparu sacrificed our short time on this earth to cover that show. The longest running science fiction show in history. It was part of it's part of the fabric of the British culture, or used to be. It's not anymore. And now it's gone. They picked it up at. You couldn't even stream the classic episodes for a while. They picked it up at AMC. That's going to start in June, which means maybe AMC is going to pick it up, because I know a bunch of you out there have AMC Plus. I don't even have AMC Plus, and this is my fucking job, and I don't have AMC Plus. I have it all in physical media, so that's good enough for me. The Christmas special they're supposed to have, they have not picked a doctor. It's not going to be Billy Piper. They have not started production, and they're going to have to really soon, because Christmas is going to be, 6 months away? So it's not impossible to shoot one episode in 6 months with visual effects, but you would have to figure out who the new doctor is going to be. Is this going to be a temporary doctor? At that point, just, in a perfect world, which we're not in, let's bring back Paul McGann. Give Paul McGann a special. Have somebody with talent write it. They won't. But yeah, give the eighth doctor his due. Come on. Give the eighth doctor his due. So yeah, that's how bad things are. And anytime I post about Doctor, I put in RIP Doctor Who, because that is canonical now. The hashtag that we started is now canon in Doctor Who, which makes me so happy. Oh, they just ruined. Oh my God. Was it, did Big Finish ruin Paul McGann? Big Finish sucks. So if you're not aware, Big Finish did the audio adventures, and a lot of it carried through before the revival in 2005. And I used to love them. They were great. And then they went worse than the show. They went worse than the show. So, yeah. Poor Doctor Who. The state of all the modern franchises. I just did a video on that, on how Star Trek is dead, Doctor Who is dead, Star Wars is dead, and they've been dead. Like, this isn't a new occurrence. They are moldy corpses. Moldy corpses. Speaking of a moldy corpse, X-Ray Girl, let's get to the Mandalorian. What's this one say? Pedro Pascal Mandalorian thirst trap. Say what? Oh, Jesus. What the? This will get you to the theater, right? This is the energy of making out with Stephen Colbert. Pedro Pascal. Oh, look at that. Listen. He looks old. He looks old. He's starting to get a turkey neck. I mean, like, it happens to all of us. But come on. Thirst trap. Yeah. Keep them away from your children. That's all I'm going to say. We are going to Japan. But at different times. I'm not heading there until Saturday. Till Saturday. I still have work to do, man. Pedro Pascal is greeted by fans at Star Wars Galaxy's Edge in Disneyland. Experience Star Wars. Oh my God, this is the entire title of the movie. Star Wars, The Mandalorian, and Grogu. Only in theaters until 45 days from now when it's on streaming. Here we go. Oh, by the way, this is super authentic, guys. Okay, this is totally real and authentic. Oh boy. Yeah, showing the same 50 people. I'm sure they didn't add any crowd noise there. Did you see the video that Star Wars? Here, I got it. I got it. Is it from Star Wars? Hang on. There we go. God. That's getting annoying. All right. Unless Steph put it in there. Oh, that's the one I'm looking for. That's the one. That's it. Here we go.
Don't make it too obvious it's me. I don't think they're going to hear my welcome, but I'll just be like, what's up?
Right, son, travelers, come in. You all know the Mandalorian? Yeah. Mandalorian, do you have anything to say before we send our travelers on their journey?
Oh, you got to pause on that react picture. Okay, by the way, the funniest thing is, yeah, pause on that react picture. Like, oh my God, a TV movie that's a spinoff of a bad third season that's going to be in theaters. That's going to flop. I mean, that's Star Wars fandom now. I mean, we have gone full circle. Star Wars fans deserve to get swirlied and wedgied now. They really do. Here's the community note of the day. I saw this on geeksandgamers.com and Geeks and Gamers Daily, by the way. Kind of small. Sorry. Nope. From Matt, the Disney scoop guy, Pedro Pascal surprised guests aboard the Millennium Falcon at Disneyland recently to promote The Mandalorian and Grogu. A brand new Mando and Grogu mission debuts on Smuggler's Run on May 23rd, the same day the film opens in theaters. And it looks like, this is just a surprise picture, guys. It was just random fans. Oh, wait, these are not average guests. They are influencers specifically chosen by Disney. They were given free admission to the park in exchange for positive promotion of the upcoming film, The Mandalorian and Grogu. And guys, I think influencers are going to make you miss shills. They are. They're not even actors. They're wannabe actors. These aren't card-carrying members of the Film Actors Guild. These are wannabe influencers. And I mean, shit, they might, you know what? There might be 5 people here with, a combined 50 million followers on TikTok. Wouldn't know a single one of them because I'm 57 and I don't go on TikTok. It's bad enough that I'm on social media at all. Because I like it, but I ain't going on TikTok. TikTok is where I draw the line. Okay. And shorts. Fuck shorts. And shorts. So they are, yes, Eric, you're a card carrying member. You're a card-carrying member. They are pulling out all the stops. This is going to be a disaster. I haven't checked the box office tracking. Let me do that. Let's see if there's anything new. It's pretty much the same. So Mandalorian and Grogu is currently tracking for a domestic opening of 80 million to 90 million over the 4-day Memorial weekend. So that's over 4 days. I can't remember. Did Captain African American open over a holiday weekend? I can't remember. Maybe President's Day. It did like 84. With some optimistic forecast from Box Office Pro suggesting a potential 90 million to 100 million 3-day opening weekend. That would surprise me. Our good friend Chris Gore and our, let's face it, better friend Alan Ng, because he's diverse. Simply because he's diverse, because he's Asian. Didn't have a lot of nice things to say about it. Most people haven't had a lot of nice things to say about it. Of course, there's going to be the shills out there, but I mean, it's always looked like it's going to be a bad TV movie. It's always looking like it was the safe move to make. It's so stupid that they didn't, I don't know, try, or maybe they did. Maybe Lucasfilm did try. I mean, they've announced a lot of projects. They've announced more projects than they've made. They've fired more directors than they've hired. How is that possible? Well, physics, baby. But it's the most risk-averse move they could possibly do, and they're still going to fuck it up. Now, we have just in case you forgot, well, I don't know. How many people here saw Mandalorian Season 3? I'm guessing not a bunch. All the way through. Well, I have a supercut coming out later today or tomorrow. I'll let you know. Of The Mandalorian Season 3. Just as a reminder. That's favorite scenes are puppet Baby Yoda, and you could tell they just have him on the end of a fucking fishing pole, and they just, it's so bad. But if you get into the actual plot, it's pretty dumb. Katie Sackhoff, yeah, I like Katie Sackhoff. I think she's cool as hell. But yeah, she gets handed the Darksaber in a ceremonial, like, handing over of the balls from not that Pedro had any, but a stuntman hands it over to Katie Sackhoff. Lizzo and Jack Black make an appearance. Don't think anybody will forget that. I think that's the only thing anybody remembers. Longmire was cool. Battlestar Galactica was great. Yeah, I like Katie Sackhoff. She's got a cool YouTube channel too. But yeah, we're going to review it later in the week. I'm seeing it Thursday, and I'm sure you can sense, I sense the excitement from you. So I'm sure you can sense the excitement from me. I'm so excited. The Boys is ending this week. And it is, it's really bad. But to repeat what Mahler said, it isn't just bad this season. It's pretty much always been bad. He did a post on X about this. It's not the last season that, like, Game of Thrones season 8 wasn't their only bad season. Season 7 is just as bad. And season 6 has moments that are just as bad. So it starts happening a lot sooner. For me, with The Boys, season 2. It's been shitty since season 2. I'm catching up on it now. And I don't know how people watched it this long. I really don't know how people stuck with, like, oh my God, somebody got ripped in half and they're talking about eating somebody's ass. Oh, look, somebody got ripped in half and they're talking about eating somebody's ass. So edgy. Ugh. Speaking of edgy, is that the trailer? Here we go. No, that's screen. Oh, is that the trailer? Hollywood Handle. Where's the Lanterns trailer? Here, I'll find it. Lanterns trailer just came out today. Minutes in trailer. There we go. You got it, X-Ray Go. Thank you. Well, the last trailer wasn't very good, and then it got removed from YouTube because they didn't have the music rights. They returned it to YouTube for a couple days, then it got removed again. The funny thing is, both times it was because Warner Brothers got a copyright strike for playing something musically that they don't have rights to. So that, and the irony of this is, if you are a content creator of any kind, you have had your experiences with Warner Brothers and their abuse of the copyright system and their complete unwillingness to comply with fair use. The only way for them to be stopped is for them to be bought by Paramount. Good. Fuck Warner Brothers for doing that. But it's funny that they got hit for copyright for the proper reason, because they are a giant studio who should have to pay for music rights to play them. So good. I'm glad James Gunn's DCU is just like this well-run, system. It's a smooth running machine where hasn't gone off to the best start. They decide to make the third thing in the DCU, the follow-up to Superman, Peacemaker Season 2 feature a bisexual orgy that people actually tried to sweep for. Give me a break. And then we're going to get Supergirl. And honestly, the one project I was like, man, I'm kind of interested in this was what I thought was Green Lanterns with Kyle Chandler as Hal Jordan. Until I found out who wrote it. Damon Lindelof. So the first trailer didn't go over very well. Let's see how this one goes. Okay, so they really are leading into this is based on True Detective, or it's inspired by True Detective. No, it's become True Detective. So apparently there's going to be two storylines running concurrently from two different timelines, one from 2016 and now. So that's just ripping off True Detective. We're not like paying homage, you're ripping off. Now, last time I checked, there's a comic book called Green Lantern. And there's Green Lantern Corps. There's a bunch of Green Lantern comic books that you could just adapt. You own them. Warner Brothers, DC Comics, thousands of comic books, multiple stories, thousands of stories. You have the storyboards right there in the comic books. The storyboards are done for you. A lot of the dialogue is done for you. But these geniuses are like Green Lantern HBO show that had honestly only one good season. So let's rip off that season. Totally makes sense. Hit play. I might have to take control of this. I'm going to have to. Okay. Jesus. What the fuck is that? Not the costume per se. It's like, why is it so dirty? Why? You know what? The lantern symbol, I think it should be glowing, but that's just me. I know that's a later edition, but wow. So that costume hanging up in the closet is, yeah, that doesn't look great. That doesn't look great. This is a better trailer than the first one, for sure. But wow. Okay. White woman. Fucking hell. Every fucking time, man. Every fucking time. Hollywood is so fucking predictable. I don't like the "Are you afraid?" being repeated it's too many times. I get it a couple times, but it's too many times. And then it really doesn't get answered. He answers it with I'm well, here. Pull up here. I'll pull up X-ray girl. I'll pull it up. I want to go to the end there. Volume. There we go.
I was raised fearless, and I'll do this better than he's.
I want to get to the last. Are you afraid? Emmy Award winner Kyle Chandler from Friday Night Lights, Friday Night Tight. Always need that affirmation from a woke white woman. No, it's starting to look like that Hal Jordan doesn't survive this, considering that Aaron Pierre is going to be in Man of Tomorrow and Kyle Chandler isn't. Guy Gardner's in this, so we're going to have to see how that works, where Aaron Pierre is talking to, or Jon Stewart's talking to Hal, and Hal's like, I don't have any Green Lanterns to talk to, but Guy Gardner's there, so I don't know how that's going to be dealt with at all. We'll see. It's not super important to me. I don't really care that much. This still could have been good if Damon Lindelof wasn't writing it. I have very little faith in Damon Lindelof. It looks muddy and mucky and like a True Detective ripoff with superheroes in it. Now, hey, they showed some superhero stuff. That's good. That's good. You should do that in the Green Lantern property. But again, I'll say there's these things called comic books, which are essentially storyboards, and they have scripts written already that you can use, and you can pick any one you want. You don't have to pick the shitty ones. You can pick the good ones and maybe just adapt that since you own it. I mean, we're this far into the superhero thing, and they just never learn. They never learn. The Ring looks fine. I like Jon Stewart. Everybody likes Jon Stewart. Nobody doesn't like Jon Stewart, but yeah, it's. I'm not going to say I've always been this hardcore Green Lantern fan, because I haven't. I think Green Lantern's fine. I think some stories are really neat, but I've never been a hardcore Green Lantern fan. But this is certainly one of the heroes you should be starting out with a movie, maybe, instead of a HBO show ripping off another HBO show. Written by the guy who wrote an HBO show that won a lot of awards and got canceled after 2 seasons, right? 2 seasons? So also wrote Lost. The Green Detective. That's good. That's good. That's good. And this might be the best DCU project. I'm not gonna lie. This might be the best DCU project so far. It could be. That might not be saying much, but I think this has a greater potential to be good than Supergirl, or I don't know, maybe Clayface will be the best DCU project, which would be really bad. I mean, not bad for the movie itself, but just bad for the DCU overall. When we're in, I'm going to say it and piss off half the chat. Superhero fatigue. But it's bad movie fatigue. Yes. They're both true. Now, if we had good superhero movies, we wouldn't be in fatigue. So, yes, both things are true. There's superhero fatigue because there's shitty movie fatigue. There's shitty movie fatigue. If even half of these movies were good, we wouldn't have this problem. If even half of them were mediocre, we wouldn't have this problem. But we have this problem. They have this problem. We don't. It's not our problem. It's not our problem. And it's, also doesn't help with, even in the best of times, the masses aren't going to get fired up for, man, I can't wait for Clayface. Been waiting since I was a kid to see a Clayface movie. Kevin Fatigue is for sure. We have Feige Fatigue. But yeah, I remember when I was riding my BMX bicycle down to the marketplace in Carlsbad, California, with the $3 I made from being a slave to my parents, and had to ride 4 miles with my friends, no helmets, no supervision, and got there and got a can of Pringles and a Coke and a couple of comic books. I was like, me and my friends would go, don't you wish they made a Clayface movie? I said slave. I was 12 minutes a slave, taking out the trash. Yeah, I didn't mean to depress you. I'm trying to make you laugh because it's fucking ridiculous. It's, hey, I'm in charge of this big cinematic universe. Well, we'll start with Creature Commandos. What? Well, we'll do Superman after that. Okay. Creature Commandos is just a cartoon. It's just to get our feet wet a little bit. It's not going to have a major impact on the. Oh, it is. Okay. And then I'm going to do Peacemaker season 2. Why? That's from the Snyder. My wife's in it. Oh, okay. And we're going to make it about my wife. Okay. James Gunn. Cool. And half the characters are going to fuck James Gunn's wife. Okay. Interesting. We're going to have a bisexual orgy in it, following up the Family for Kids superhero movie that all the sweepers for Superman were saying it's a family movie. Families are going to walk up to the box office. Forget the box office tracking. The families are going to go fathers, sons, mothers, daughters. Ends up on VOD in 37 days. Yeah, that's the state of superheroes right now. And again, I will say Lanterns will probably it could be the best. I don't know. That was a better trailer. Aaron Pierre, good Jon Stewart. I like the casting a lot. Kyle Chandler is how I wish he'd be around more instead of dead by the end. But God, why am I blanking on the names now? Let's go. So the True Detective season 1, which is a masterpiece, by the way. Absolute masterpiece. If you haven't watched it, watch it. Hal Jordan will be Detective Rust Cole. But then, yeah, you can't make Jon Stewart's character is not going to be analogous to Woody Harrelson's Detective Marty Hart. So I don't know. But it definitely seems like Hal Jordan's character is going to be kind of like Matthew McConaughey's, where he's going to be kind of broken and black pilled and does something heroic at the end, except he'll die and make way for Jon Stewart. Maybe they turn him in the parallax at the end. You never know. It'll be True Detective season 2. Oh God, I hope not. I didn't even think that. So when people bring up True Detective chat, I just think of season 1. I don't think of any. I think season 3 was okay, but 4 was trash and 2 was trash. I mean, I'll never watch season 3 again. I've watched season 1 10 times. It's so good. So good. Well, that's Lanterns. Now, Nolan did a big old interview with 60 Minutes. Well timed. It's interesting that they're doing it this early. I mean, maybe I'm wrong. Wouldn't they normally do it a little closer to, because the Odyssey's not coming out for a couple of months. So I think the timing of it is suspicious considering all of the very recent backlash. But again, trailers aren't getting ratioed. But it is starting to get memed like crazy. And the Elliot Page memes have been fucking magnificent. They have been so good. They have been so good. But yeah, we popped up a video of it on Friday. And holy shit. Thank you guys. You're awesome. Just want to say you're awesome. Oh boy. The 300 meme, Psychotic Mongoose, and that was who did that again, X-Ray Girl? I want to give him proper credit. Yeah, Dr. Clown PhD has been fucking killing it. Okay. Absolutely killing it. So thank you. Thank you on that one. Hang on. Here, I'll go to Dr. Clown. Dr. Clown PhD. Let's see. I got to give him a follow back. It's the latest one. Oh no. Poor Elliot's getting. Listen, guys. I like laughing at bad decisions as much as the next guy, but just going to say percentages say I want to pump the brakes a little bit. Okay. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. Yeah. He's been on fire. Absolutely on fire. But yeah, that 300 one, I'm going to find the 300 one. Fucking Grease. The sixth gender. No. Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh my God, his whole timeline is Dirty Dancing, Elliot Page, Transmax, the trans. Was it Transatrix instead of Transmatrix? I would have gone with Transmatrix. Where is it? Gosh dang it. Now I can't find it. He's got so many. How old is the 300 one? Fucking come on. How old is the 300 one? Oh my God, he tweets a lot. X-Ray Girl, you're muted.
It was posted May 14th.
Oh, okay, I'm only on May 16th. Jesus Christ. Hang on. Professional show, ladies and gentlemen, of both genders. There it is. All that work for you've probably seen.
King Xerxes offers his respect, ma'am. All he asks is that Sparta kneels a simple bow and your people will be spared.
Don't call me ma'am.
My apologies, miss. Xerxes is generous. He only wants your loyalty. Surely even a delicate thing like yourself.
He was great in
can
Spartacus,
understand
by the way.
I said don't fucking misgender me.
Ma'am, calm down. No need to get emotional.
It is so!
The Roberto Orsi, Alex Kurtzman is such a good fucking touch on that one. Such a good touch. Do we have any other news? I don't think so. I wish I could get into the Nolan thing, but it was just Nolan talking about his craft and filming in IMAX, and he basically sees every film as his last film. Nothing terrible, other than, having a Black Helen of Troy and the believable rumor of Elliot Page playing Achilles. Probably she isn't probably playing Achilles, but listen, I'm not changing. Okay, fuck it. I don't care if people get mad. I don't care. I don't care. Watching TNG, just got to season 6 and finished DS9 season 1. Season 6 is a banger, and season 1 is solid. Is Voyager worth watching? Enterprise, Picard? Yeah, Voyager's worth watching. Absolutely worth watching. There's actually some very good episodes, and it is Shakespeare compared to the shit we get now. It's a wasted concept that could have been done a lot better, but it's definitely worth watching. Picard season 3, I think, is a good goodbye. Enterprise is worth watching too. It is. Comparatively. There was a time where even I would have said, I don't know, but we've gotten so much shit. It's like, yeah, watch Enterprise. Just finished your book. It's awesome. I will get your audio reading as well. Hail. Thank you, Sunday West. After Japan, I'm going to get on it. On a scale from John Travolta to Charles Nelson Riley, how gay is Pedro Pascal? Oh, God dang it. This would have been better if I answered it faster, but I'm blanking on the name now. Okay. So again, God dang it. I hate being old. On a scale from John Travolta to Charles Nelson Riley, I'd say Paul Lynn. Center Square, Hollywood Squares. Totally straight guy. Nick the Quick, hail the fellowship. Gary, for your walks, I do daily 10,000 step walks. Hell yeah, I'm got to do mine later today. Are you a podcast guy or do you crank the tunes? For me, it's tunes all the way. It's a mix of both, whatever mood I'm in. But whatever I start with, I stick with. So some days it's music, some days it's podcasts. It's got to be see, like today it'll be a podcast because AJ just released another basement. So I'll be listening to that on the Wi-Files. Dr. Schlurpo, thanks for gifting one Nerdrotic Live membership. I appreciate it. Which lasts longer? Which lasts longer? The theater, in the theater, Animal Farm or Mongu? Mongu. I joked about 45 days, but I wouldn't be surprised to see in 45 days it's on VOD. Iron Bill Smith is a new member. Welcome, Iron Bill Smith. And welcome over. Let's see how the chat's doing. Mongu. It said Mongu. Mangu. Did it say Mangu or Mongu? Well, I said Mongu. Were you going to say Az or Gina? Yes. I love Gina. And I love, but it's a joke. It's right there. It's right there. Hey, we am retarded. We am retarded. It's all good. Please remake Flash Gordon. Not modern Hollywood. Hell no. Oh, God, no. Flash Gordon is awesome. There might not be a lot of people alive today because I'm an old who realize like how influential Flash Gordon was. Like we wouldn't have a Star Wars if there was no Flash Gordon. Like Flash Gordon is the G. Is the G. Yeah, I would just say leave everything alone at this point. Everything needs to be left alone. Gordon's alive. What's this one? For real, Gary, check out Neil Merriweather's Kryptonite and Space Rangers. I think you'd like it. If you don't, I don't already know it. Ginger Baker. I don't already. 40th anniversary of Richard Simmons sweating to the oldies. Yeah, I did say pigsty instead of pigsty. By the way, chat, I did. I don't think I've ever seen it spelled before, but yeah, I'm going to own it. It's called owning your mistakes. Yep. Pigsty. Why did John Carter fail? Multitude of reasons. Disney wanted it to fail. It should have been called John Carter of Mars. I don't know why they didn't call it John Carter of Mars, because I don't know. I'm not a big fan of movies that are titled after somebody's name. I'm sure there's some rare exceptions where it works. Barry Lyndon or something like that. But I think it's unimaginative and stupid. John Carter of Mars would have been great. John Carter is an awesome movie. I love it. Yeah, John Wick's a cool movie, but it's still like John Wick. At least it's if it's going to be a name, it's got to be something weird like John Wick, Flash Gordon, Aaron Brockovich. No, I don't give a shit about that. Andor, Boba Fett. Now, if it was Zaphod Beeblebrox, now we're talking. Well, Raiders of the Lost Ark was the first one. That Indiana Jones and the Raiders of the Lost Ark shit is bullshit. That's what it is. No, but it was when it's like John Smith. It's like, fuck off. All right, let's get to the people. Limited amount of time today. Getting ready for, again, Japan. Getting ready for Japan. Where did it go, X-Ray Girl? You're not pinned anymore. Did you know that? There we go. We got a lot going on this week. Holy shit. We got a lot going on this week. And then Spider Noir is coming up, and I am looking forward to that. Now, Will I probably get the rug pulled out from under me? That probably, but I'm going to be a sweet summer child on this one. It's got Nicolas Cage. I'm going to watch the black and white version. It's got its roots in noir and pulp. Like the original comic it's based on is fine. It's not the greatest thing ever written, you know. It's fine. Love the costume, though. Love Nick Cage. Yes, you have to, you know. Oh my God, he's like 72, isn't it? How old is Nick Cage? He ain't young. Nick Cage age. Oh, sorry, Nick. 62. Sorry. I guess it's okay that a 62-year-old guy is swinging around. I just aged him 10 years. I'm fucked up. Yeah, Nick Cage is 62. A little suspension of disbelief, but it's fine. We love Nick Cage. Middle Earth Coffee for 20 says, sorry, haven't subscribed yet. Appreciate the friendship banter between you guys. Not thanking nonsense from Hollywood, sparing me from watching subpar movies. If someone can show the Tolkien quote about evil cannot create anything new, Psalm 103. Well, the Tolkien quote is paraphrasing something else, right? It's not a direct quote. A lot of people bring that out, but it's not a direct quote from him as a quote, like in a letter or something. Retired Time Lord for $5. Thoughts on AMC's Doctor Who streaming purchase for AMC Plus and Sony's potential 3 seasons of a reboot? Yeah, so AMC picked up 2000 basically seasons 1 through, or Dr. Eccleston through Jodie Whittaker, and they will start streaming it in July or June, and it hasn't been available for almost a year. It's not been available. So you haven't been able to stream Doctor Who. I don't know how many people want to stream Doctor Who that much. It used to be a Prime property that Netflix wanted and Amazon Prime wanted it. Then HBO Max got it. Now it's on AMC Plus. So not a big streaming service. Now, Sony backing it up. I could see them doing it, rebooting it. So you lose all the fucking lore. You lose. You could erase the last 10 years, but that might hurt some fifis. So they reboot it. I can see the logic in it, and it's going to be fucking terrible. It's going to absolutely be terrible. And do you think think the BBC is going to change? They're still in charge of it. So Sony backs it, but the BBC is still in charge of it. So do you think the BBC is going to all right, enough of the gay shit. Let's get down to business. Let's bring some masculinity back to, no. They'll probably make the Doctor a woman again. I think that is more than likely. If they get to reboot it, or the Doctor will be like Muslim, because Muslim will be the religion of the galaxy or so. I don't know, but I'm not going to depend on the BBC to make the right decision. Because in every way, the BBC is worse than Hollywood, which is really saying something. Pinking 554 for $5 says, Eli is awesome, and I'm wondering if you can try to get Dr. Reed Timmer on unsub and do a gang does storm chasing with him. They'd probably do that for Pepperbox for sure. I don't know how to say this name. $10. Long time watcher. first time donor. It's spelled D Tata Skior for $10. Says longtime watcher, first time donating. Thank you. A quick PSA for all my people living in Idaho. Help get rid of our rhino governor and vote for Mark Fitzpatrick on May 19th. Thank you all. So that's Mark Fitzpatrick. Rhinos are the worst. Sandy Q has gifted 5 Nerdrotic memberships for $25. Thank you. Neil Oakley has gifted 5 for $25. Thank you. Snarky Distinct has gifted 1 for $5. Doombot for $1.99 says, love you all. Ghostbusters cross the streams. Hell yeah. Unsub is great. Unsub is great. And they're homies. They're not that far away from Mikasa. Daniel Green for $5. Did no one notice the plastic surgery joke in The Boys spoken directly to Starlight by Butcher? Yes, I did. We should have brought it up though. Jorge Pulido for $20. Since Jimmy Kimmel is going to be unemployed soon, and Stephen Colbert's last week is this week, I think. What will Kimmel's future go? What would be Kimmel's future becoming another? What would be Kimmel future going becoming another Lemon Somali? Don Lemon is acting like Johnny Somali right now, or becoming California psycho hype man. I think he's going to go in the podcast sphere. That would be my guess. And I'm sure he'll do great there, because this might be shocking to all of you. And this goes for both sides of whatever. No, there's no both sides. All sides of the internet where there's some traction, people you like, people you don't like. If he gets a management and he gets an agency, they do a lot to pump up your shorts, your TikTok, a lot behind the scenes. A lot. It's a word that rhymes with lot, and it's called bot. So I can't speak really for YouTube. It certainly exists on YouTube, but it's much, much harder to do here. And if they catch you doing it, you are fucking done. But on other platforms, so there's a lot of you see a lot of what you feel would be authentic traction. A lot of it isn't. Let's just say that some people have reached out to me in the past, and I've listened. I'm like, hey, I'm not against saving some time, or if they can find a way to, I don't know, we can make couple extra bucks and pay the kids more with merch or something. My ears are open to that always, but then it always gets to a point where like strings are attached. Like I have to dedicate a certain amount of time to do something that really would take away time from the main channel, or the thing they always want me to do is to put an ad in my videos, right? I'm fine with reading an ad on a live stream. I'm fine. Was I supposed to read an ad on a live stream today? I just asked. I'm totally fine with reading an ad badly on a live stream, but I am not going to put an ad in my videos. And it's probably stupid as hell, but I can't do it. And we've thought about it, and we've tried, and we've experimented, and every time Perry can tell you, we get something done. It's kind of funny. And the people we did the ad for, I mean, one time Perry put Ryan's head on some dancing girl, and they objected to it. I thought it was funny as hell, but they didn't think it was funny. And I was trying to tell them that, like, you know, if you make something fun, you know, the way AJ does his ad reads with Hecklefish, it makes people pay attention because, you know, if you just do a static ad read, it's fucking boring. And now YouTube has a feature where you can just skip it, right? Even when I was watching Jeremy, one of Jeremy's clips, and he does a fake ad for coffee, and the skip came up like it was a real ad. I thought that was pretty funny. But I digress. You have the skip feature. If you want people to tune in, you have to make it interesting. You know, Gundam, when he did ad reads, I think he still does, he makes them funny. Like, you want to tune in when Gundam does an ad read. We got shot down every time. I'm like, fuck it, it's not worth it. But that being said, there are management teams, there are agents, there are agencies, and what they do is they group you in, and they have a team of people who will clip you out, throw you on Twitter, throw you on Instagram, and get you you know, you'll see it everywhere. You'll see it everywhere. I don't want to break the illusion for a lot of people, but not all, by the way. Hashtag not all. Some of it's authentic. Most of it isn't. Most of it isn't. And that's just life. So Jimmy Kimmel will get, you know, he have William Morris working for him, and they'll have a team of people who will put his clips on Twitter. Multiple accounts will be created to put his clips all across TikTok, Twitter, and wherever, Instagram, wherever. He'll have his own, but then they create other ones to make it look like, man, there's a lot of people talking about this. You guys know how it goes. I'm not telling you anything you don't know. But that's it. Molog Bao has donated $20 and walked away. Thank you very much. Thank you. Zombie Dude for $19.99. I went to Burger King and tried the mango sauce. No, I mean the creamy bounty sauce. No, what I mean is it was an explosion of flavor in my mouth. Dang it. This would have been easier if the sauce was a slur. So long, gay boys. I think I still have that clip. Hang on. Do we? Really need to number these. There you go.
So long, gay boys.
Great movie, by the way. I end up watching that movie like once a year. I fucking love that movie. And I don't know why. I don't drink, but it's funny. Shad went from, I like orange juice with pulp, to, I like the chunky taste as I chew the juice. He said to make it weird. Classic Shad with his Vegemite. Classic Shad. Shad is a contrarian. He lives to be a contrarian. He will die on Contrarian Hill when he's 150. Shad likes orange emissions. Ginormous J, maybe. Just got here. My unsubtism is collabing with Gary again. Let's fucking go, boys. Can't wait to watch the first couple hours after the live is over. Hail. Well, we had to get camera and audio issues going, and you know, we're both like professional streamers, and listen, we're not, but it was fun. Eli was great. I love Eli. $1 for $5. I like the one that say some pulp. What the fuck was that for? Some pulp and then I don't get that one at all. We were discussing pulp and orange juice. I don't like pulp. I know some people do. I don't. Hail, Gary, Eli, and love all of your work. I've been listening since you were at 150,000 subs. It is my 50th birthday today. Happy birthday last Friday. The 15th/5th best thing to do is listen to you all having fun and getting a laugh out of it. Hail, Rowan. Happy 50th birthday. Albert, not a retro, for 10 Canadian pesos. Gary, Just wondering if you got the email I sent you, what I've done, what I would have done for Tom Holland's Spider-Man film. By the way, Mel Mac should try reading the part of the Bible regarding throwing stones. Not a fan. Hunter for 20 says, last week I compared you guys to rats. I don't want to add to the negativity to the world, regardless of how right I think my side is. I apologize for what I said and ask forgiveness. It's all good, man. You say what you say. People get caught up. It's fine. I think the whole fact of the matter is, if you're going to be in content creation, you better grow some thick skin. And that's awesome that you know, if you want to change your mind on it, like it's okay to be mad at me for something, even if we don't know all the details, because I can't expect you to know all the details, because I'm not going to talk about them. I'm at a severe disadvantage because I don't talk about that shit and won't. It's the whole point. I'm buying some of Ryan Kinnell's happiness right now for myself. There is not much left. That is fucking cruel. That is cruel. Why does Ryan's misery make me smile? Well, see, that's a question I ask myself. Enricon. That is a question I ask myself. Guys, why is it when you all talk about the Odyssey, you all mention all the odd you see? Perhaps call it the Odyssey. I did twice in my video, Zombie, and it was too much. It was kind of cheesy. It was bad. Joey Bag of Donuts for $4.99. No. Joey Bag of Donuts for $4.99. F. Chrissy, she added nothing outside of impression, Savvy, or Vera. Should be much better replacements. At least they watch stuff. Hail the fellowship. Jake Matheson for $5. I know it's a difficult decision, but I don't think Chrissy adds much to the show. Half the time, she doesn't even watch or understand the subject. Tricky's thoughts. Hail to the radically ambiguous Eli and the rest of you plops.
Racially, not radically.
Radically. I went with radically. I didn't want to call. Hail to the racially ambiguous Eli and the rest of you plops. We still don't know what he is, right? He ain't all white. C-Dub for $4.99. Can we get the guy in the Punisher suit for more than the 5 minutes of the show? I hate that superhero show trope. The thing is, you know, in it was Daredevil season 2, Charlie Cox was bitching about the suit the entire time, and that's why he wasn't in the suit for season 3. And I say, this is what I mean, I guess make a more comfortable suit for him. But if you sign up for a fucking comic book show, wear the fucking comic book suit. I care about John Bernthal in a Punisher costume. I don't care about John Bernthal killing people in a dirty sweatshirt. Gary, when will your audiobook be available? Says Mikey Mank for $2. I don't know. This year, hopefully by Christmas. That's the goal. Hail crew, thank you for the great show as always. Side note, if you want to talk about DEI in the Odyssey, it was already done in the 1997 version. Have a great weekend, everyone. All hail. It was. It certainly was. But that was a 1997 show that's free on YouTube, by the way, that you can watch. This is the first movie, like first big budget movie adaptation being made. And it's made by Christopher Nolan. So that's where the conversation gets a little interesting. Now, I saw Tyrone Magnus. You know, I can't listen to myself, right? But I wanted to hear what Tyrone had to say when he reacted to my video. I want to respond to him on a couple things. I love Tyrone, by the way. He said that Christopher Nolan is not the only director who can put butts in seats. And he said James Cameron. To that, I say yes. But in the context of what I said in my video, I said he is the last movie star and the only director who can consistently put butts in the seats, meaning he doesn't make 2 films every 19 years. So Nolan's good for a film every couple of years. And there used to be movie stars in the 80s, even in the 90s, even in the early 2000s, to where whatever the fuck they made, that was going to get people interested, at least in the first weekend, right? There is no movie star alive that will do that now. Not even Tom Cruise. But Nolan, on name alone, you could just call it Chris Nolan movie and people will show up. And I say that as somebody who is not, I don't hate him. I think he's done some really good things, some stuff I love. One of my top 10 favorite movies of all time is a Nolan film. But I think he's made some stinkers too. Marie from the school will kill Homelander, says MJ Jorgie for $2 if he dies. Grace Randolph said that nobody can predict the ending. I only care about Soldier Boy, and they sidelined him. Yeah, he's going down to South America to do a bunch of coke. Sushi Oshi, which means that, he's going to survive, maybe? I don't know. He's so not like Soldier Boy from the comics. This reminds me of Sylar losing his powers in season 2 of Heroes until NBC realized he's all we have, says Michael Duniev. Yes. Well, Heroes was only 1 season. Dante posted, Verbal Riot posted something about it. And well, I think that the writer's strike definitely had it hurt it a little. I've always been of the belief that they only had 1 season of Heroes in them. Remember, Christopher Eccleston was in season 2 of Heroes. A Dam in the North for 50 Canadian pesos. I can't believe you left Chrissy off the show. She didn't do anything wrong. I hope you have all stuck together like friends. If you're not going to stand with her, I'm not going to watch you. You are not the guys I thought you were. With the drama, I have my method of dealing with drama. This isn't the first time this has happened, and it won't be the last time. And my method is, no matter where the fault is to not deal with it and not make it worse. And it's worked very well in the past. So I think patience is a virtue on this one. But it's not going to make everybody happy. And if I take some heat for it, fine. Jackson Cagle for $10. Thank you. Thank you. The Jesus thing feels weird and happened way too fast. Plus, there's a new / old magic compound V serum randomly. It's lazy ass writing. They're just trying to get to the finish line. Molag Bal for $10. Thank you. Just says nothing, walks away. Homelander does not die, just loses power and becomes a gimp. Becomes a gimp. The casting of Helen of Troy wouldn't be so controversial if the actress wasn't so incredibly ugly. It's the face that launched 1,000 Somali pirate ships. Are you sure about that? Okay, so Lupita Nyong'o. Am I going to go out and say she's ugly. No, I'm not. She's not Helen of Troy, though. She's not Helen of Troy. Honky Kong, thank you for the $9.99. Pedro Pascal is playing Sam's daughter, says Natram. There we go. Cannot wait to watch the new Shaft movie where Shaft is played by Ellen Bieber. Hilarious has dropped $20, and that's it. Walks away. John Vick for $5 says Vanessa Williams was blue-eyed and very light-skinned. Nobody really thought of her as black when she played Calypso. I mean, I did because I've got eyes. But here's the difference. Vanessa Williams was fucking smoking hot. So if we're going to do that, make sure they're unquestionably smoking hot. Now, Helen of Troy described in Homer's Odyssey, so that's a different story. But if we're doing a god Calypso, it's like, plus, the fact of the matter is the Armand Asante movie might end up being more accurate anyway. I just watched it for free on YouTube. Guys, rumors that Ellen Page is playing Elpenor. There's a picture circulating of her with the shipmates of Odysseus's ship. Still a dude, though. Yeah, that's the. I tried to emphasize that in my video because Elpenor accidentally dies and wants Odysseus to find his body and give him a proper burial so his soul can rest. So his soul can rest? Yes. So his soul can rest. I really got to do something about this cord. It's getting worse and worse. And I talk with my hands a lot because I'm quarter Italian. Oh, I traditionalize it. You also had Isabella Rossellini playing Athena in the Armand Asante version. That was good casting. Nartram, yes, it was. That was solid casting. They should have doubled down on the Odyssey, made it like the movie Immortals. Then casting and armor would have made more sense. Lemon Doom, thank you for the $4.99. Could be worse. They didn't put Penelope in the war because Odysseus is incompetent. A non-binary Telemachus. I'm going to fuck up these names. Rules better than his patriarchal father creating a democracy. Still not watching it, though, says Xander. Mechatar for €5 says, surprised that the actually, folk haven't brought up a character mentioned in the Odyssey to support their beloved DEI casting. Memnon of Ethiopia. It says Ethiopia. Brave of Nolan to hire the 1,372 ex-voto girl. I don't know what the fuck that is. Nolan's wife / producer is behind this, says John Vick. Jeremy pointed out in his Odyssey video from last week, and I didn't know this, that Nolan marched in a pussy hat march. Now, it was a while back. Reddit caught it for sure. And I was like, nah, that's photoshopped. And his wife, Nolan's wife, sounds a lot like John Nolan's wife, his brother. And listen, his brother, I'm not going to put this all on the women. They're woke too. but at least the thing is, I don't want to know your politics. I want you to be a mystery and make film. And that's normally what Nolan is. That's why it's so out of character. But again, back to Tyrone Magnus, who said, no, he's always been like this. People in Hollywood will always have to, make their tribute. And he ain't wrong. He's not wrong. Oh man, I hate it when that thing always gets covered. You guys don't see it, but it's always some hyperlink covering what I'm gonna read. Okay, I'm a 90s kid, and I would never imagine Star Wars being dead. This needs to be a wake-up call, but don't worry, guys. We got Ahsoka season 2. No, we don't. Ahsoka season 2 has been delayed to 2027, meaning there is going to be roughly 4 years between season 1 and 2. And I highly doubt anybody remembers from season 1 now. And I doubt they remembered anything from season 1 2 months after it came out. Super suit for $9.99 proper British money. Jason and the Argonauts is going to remain undefeated. Helen of the Congo is laughable. And Sunny Holston is a moron. She's a fucking retard. Jason and the Argonauts. I wish there was a 4K version of that. Greatest. Harryhausen rules. Number 1 for $19.99. I'm late for the show. You fellas discussed those two fairies kissing, trying to promote their new gay Star Wars movie. And what's the deal with the airline food and women pilots? We discussed it a little. Stephen Colbert kissing Pedro Pascal was definitely a troll, but they probably both really enjoy kissing men. And I think it really sums up the state of Hollywood right now. It does. Best case scenario for the Odyssey is a comedy, and Nolan is making it. Nolan hasn't made a comedy yet. It seems like a serious movie, but instead he's making Tropic Thunder 2. Nolan's a troll, or I'm just coping. No, I think he bent the knee on this one. Oh boy. Dave's ARC for $10. Hey Gary, I'm sorry your dad had to boot you out of your home. He needed to boot me for sure. I wish you had run away instead. That way you would have been a little runaway. He's a little runaway. Get fucked with your Bon Jovi lyrics. Okay. Hail to the panel in the chat. You're all fucking awesome. Thank you. Thank you. Jiggy Doss. Cheers for what you do. Question from non-Star Wars fans. Why do peeps hate Revenge of the Sith trilogy a lot? Bad acting or story? I'm a bit behind. Both. But yeah, the prequel trilogy doesn't have great acting. George Lucas hadn't directed for a long time, so it's very sterile. Lots of sterile shots. I'm fine with it being political, but it wasn't engaging political. Some of the stuff was cool. There were some fight scenes that are cool, but my mind hasn't, just because I've seen the Disney trilogy, my thoughts on Jar Jar Binks haven't changed. It was terrible. It was terrible. But a lot of kids, and this was the whole point of the movies, right? So a lot of 7, 8, 9-year-old kids watched them and loved them to death. So there you go. But for me, it's acting and story. Rap in the Odyssey will brutally break immersion. Presenting something like ancient Greek oral poetry in English would be captivating, says Green Lion for $4.99. Hello, the Gaddy. Hagrid has nothing on Harry Potter and the Forbidden Journey. Osaka Universal Studios. Ryan, you have to try all the fried chicken. All the fried chicken. Okay, we're going to wrap it up there. I got to get here. We'll do a couple more and then I got to get out. Let's do Star Wars 1977/1980. No one had seen anything like it. So it was a phenomenon. 2026, they've seen all the CGI sci-fi. It will only be relevant if you make compelling storytelling. Star Wars is dead. And I mean, there is a way, Neil Oakley, and you're not wrong. Keep in mind that the Flash Gordon movie came out after Star Wars. It looks like it came out before Star Wars. So there is a way. I don't know what that way is, but there is a way to enhance the movie experience and special effects, but it's too expensive right now. And there's a much easier way to do it that Hollywood doesn't want to do because they don't want to piss off 90% of their industry. And it's called artificial intelligence. But now you're seeing more, you're seeing Fincher go out there and Peter Jackson and more direct Jon Favreau. And they're like, yeah, it's coming. And it's just a sci-fi. It's just a tool to make something. And in a, you know, it'll be a war of attrition. And within 3 or 4 years, AI will be fully accepted. And people who don't like it, well, you know, get fucked. That's what they're going to tell you. Things got too expensive. Why did they get too expensive? Unions. What led to runaway production in Los Angeles, California? Government unions. That's why they found cheaper labor. And I think there's a balance, right? It's pretty expensive to live in California. It is. The reason it's pretty expensive to live in California is because the people who work pay for the people who don't. And that would be mostly politicians. It's really that simple. Really important election in LA coming up. We will see. The fact that Karen Bass is even in the picture is that's tough. Disney made me hate Star. This is from Trup. How do I say this? There you go. Trup Pignat for 150. I'm going to say Polish pesos. Disney made me hate Star Wars. Disney Star Wars, to be exact. Last year, I decided to play KOTOR 2 as a palate cleanser. Man, the game just shows us how much we've lost. It's downright depressing. Yep, I've been on a Doctor Who kick, been watching some good Doctor Who, and it's just in 10 short years. You know, some of the Moffat stuff was sketchy, particularly with Capaldi, but there is like certain episodes that are just like, how in the fuck have we fallen so far? Garrison scores Black Panther, Mandu, and Odyssey. Oh, Ludwig Göransson. Yes. Yes, he does. Not my favorite composer. I'm just going to say that. We could do one more. Trying to think of one that's generalized here. Oh, that's Ozzy Osbourne lyrics. That's good. Elliot Page is obviously bad casting, but why not address him as his name? At this point, you're just being an ass. Would you call him Ellen to his face if you saw him in person? I still love you guys, but come on. Rook Creations for $9.99. would I call Elliot Page Ellen to her face? Yes. Yes, I would. Yes, I would. I think Ellen Page is a very disturbed individual, and she's shown that even before the transition. Listen, in certain instances, if it's one-on-one and somebody asks me nicely, it's like, fine, whatever. But as I've said before, I'm 57. I have language I have used for 57 years, and I ain't fucking changing it, particularly pronouns. And if that bothers somebody, I don't care. But I would just like to point out, Rook Creations, who I love, that we did call it, and I can compromise. I'll go with it. I'll call it Elliot Page in the video. Was wearing my Nerdrotic shirt at my local shop. Some woke loser knew the logo and called me a Nazi. Really? It said, "Thanks, I'm a naturally attractive, zazzy individual." She was pissed, walked out the shop raging like a tot. Really? Where in the hell was this? Oh my God. Yeah, I can't. The only place I've ever been recognized and got a dirty look was at CinemaCon a couple of years ago. Yeah, I'm sorry you had to deal with that. All right, we're going to wrap this up. I'm going to do some random streaming throughout the week, but I've got things to get done. But we have a whole bunch. You guys were super generous, so we still have a whole bunch of super chats we're going to get through. So it could be tonight. It could be Wednesday night. One of the two. So pay attention to, we'll let you know on X, and we'll let you know in the community section, which is now called the post section. But yes, that's why we do turn them off when we're doing the square up. So the super chats from Friday can get their proper due. Again, apologies. I got to run out on this one, but there will be another very soon. And mods, I'll let you know in advance. I'll let you know in advance. But yeah, let's see if there's any other member messages left over here. Bubba Doom. You said Junior is into trading pulp. Have any of you read Mike Hammer? You'll shit over the ending of the the Jury, Mika Spillane was awesome. I don't know if he hasn't read any Mike Hammer yet, but I'll have him do that because Mike Hammer's awesome. Did you see the clip of Eric Weinstein agreeing UFO might be real with Jesse Michaels? Have you seen Palo Duro aerial view in Texas, megalithic Puerto Rico? When? That's a lot of questions. I don't know. I haven't seen any of that stuff yet. And Puerto Rico, megalithic, I don't know. I'm not going to say it's out of the question. B-Buster is gifted 5 Nerdrotic Live memberships. Thank you, B-Buster. Vanessa Williams was so light-skinned, black people barely accepted her at the time. I don't deny that, Indie Shade, at all. She is not like Lupita, who looks like a Maasai tribeswoman. Yeah, a little difference in skin tone. Little bit of a difference. Little bit of a difference. Well, hey, they have an African playing Calypso this time, too. More African than Vanessa Williams. South African. Charlize Theron. There you go. The truth is out there. The truth is out there. So who's streaming, X-Ray Girl? Who do we got streaming? Is the day Cobra back? Oh my God, there's been no Cobra cast, and people talking to me about it. It's like, I don't know.
I think Mahler is.
Mahler.
Did I see Mahler streaming?
Playing Resident Evil 2.
Yeah.
Az is playing Mixtape.
What I'll do is I'll send everyone to FNT, the live stream, 24-hour live stream, and then you know where to go for those two at the very least. So, okay.
Yeah, it's funny. Jeremy. Listen, the political sphere is a fucking shit show, as you guys know. Total fucking shit show. I would never have gotten into it, even if. I'm glad I've never even been tempted to get into it. The only thing I've ever said is if Gavin Newsom runs for president, I'd probably make a channel just dedicated to shitting on him. Now, it wouldn't really be endorsing anybody else. It would just be shitting on him because fuck that guy. But probably not. We'll let Gore do it. I'm very happy in our niche little lane, especially now. But that's politics. That's how it goes. Good and bad, midterms, people go fucking nuts. But the thing is, it's between big elections and approaching midterms is when you find out who the real ones are in the politics. That's when you find out. That's when you find out. You know, it's amazing. You know who you know who made Rush Limbaugh? Bill Clinton. Bill Clinton made Rush Limbaugh when there used to be a rule that only a company can own only a certain amount of radio stations in a market, and they changed the rules to where basically Clear Channel and others could just buy up every fucking station in every major market, and they started doing more. So Rush would go across the country more. This is in the 90s. In the syndication, of course, we had Art Bell too, and Rush killed. And Rush killed when Clinton was president. Like, just cleaned it up, and then so when a Democrat's in president, he does great. But then this brings us to our good friend Jeremy, who covers politics, which is probably the most endearing because it's just like you're sitting down with your retarded uncle watching the news, and it's really entertaining. Cleaned it up, the blue dress. Yes. Listen, I'll tell you real quick right now. At the time, I didn't care. I'm like, what? You don't think a president's like a normal human or a rock star who gets all that attention, and they're fucking assistants and stuff, and they're in fake marriages. Like, what the fuck ever. Then I got a little older. And then I had a 19-year-old kid. And I'm like, oh, fuck him. Fuck him. What a piece of shit. It's how things change. See, when it was happening, I was, in my early 20s, right? Yes, perspective. And then I have a 19-year-old kid. I'm like, fucking child molesting piece of shit. And it's ironic that all the people that are going after Trump over his complete mishandling of the Epstein files. Let's be fucking real about that. Never had a word to say about that shit then, or Biden. Allegedly. All right. So yeah, go see the Day Cobra. I like what he does. It's fun. I mean, that's perspective too. Dude was a piece of shit. Ay. Walking free. He's walking free as a bird. Free as a bird. Oh, last thing I wanted to talk about real quick before we go is Kate Blanchett. decided to tweet about Me Too. Where is it? Oh, it's gone. So she, she essentially said that the movement died too soon, and for every, there's still 75 men on set and only 11 women, and blah 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 blah. So I'll just repeat as we close what Me Too was. Me Too was an opportunistic power play to get rid of your enemies and for women and men, but mostly women, to manipulate their way into jobs they weren't qualified for. Oh, that must be tough to hear, but that's what happened. And Me Too has played its part in fucking up Hollywood over the last 10 years. There it is. Me Too has played its part in fucking up Hollywood over the last 10 years because so much of the narrative shift we have seen to girl bosses or men or women acting like men, playing male roles and playing them as men. And it looks off and cringe because it is, because men and women are different. We could thank Me Too for what happened to Doctor Who, what happened to Star Wars, what happened to Star Trek, what happened to fucking The Witcher. All of that stems from Me Too. Netflix, like, hey, we have this male-driven fantasy. Let's subvert expectations and have a woman write it. And we saw how that turned out. Rings of Power, making Galadriel. And it's all from Me Too. Here's the one thing, Kate, you're a legend. Loved you as Galadriel. I think you're a great actress. Here's where you're missing a lot. Be it because you're an actor and you guys really don't pay attention to stuff. You're disconnected from reality. But here's the reality of Me Too. It was an opportunistic power play. Within the Me Too organization itself, with Asia Argento, you had predators. Also, isn't it interesting that Me Too stopped abruptly when it got to men and children? Isn't that weird? Isn't that strange? Huh. It's almost like a few powerful women got what they wanted and stopped it because, oh, it would undermine their power and their attention. Oh, and they didn't want their husbands to get caught. And it would have probably brought their industry down. Fucking strange, though. Because men started piping up too, remember, towards the end, and then it stops. It's like, it stops. And what Me Too was used for, I mean, maybe it started in a good place. Harvey Weinstein's a piece of shit, but there are a lot of guys out there who still don't work, whose only offense was in Roy Price's case, the man who founded Prime Video, making a dick joke at a party, ended his career. A bunch of women conspired to end his career, probably because they didn't like him. That's it. And then a woman can be rolled into that job who has been let go because she sucked, because she wasn't qualified. And Joss Whedon. Joss Whedon's been canceled for essentially being an asshole. Now, it's more than Me Too. There was Ray Fisher saying he was racist because he wanted him to say "booyah," a saying from the cartoon. By the way, I'm really happy how things have worked out for you since then, Ray Fisher. You've had quite a career since then. And listen, Joss Whedon has TDS. Don't agree with him politically at all. But you can be an asshole and still work. Some of the women of Buffy, Sarah Michelle Gellar, never liked him. Some of the women didn't like him and ganged up on him. So they could get some attention because they haven't gotten work. I mean, that's how it went. A lot of women who weren't getting work found a way to get work. So Kate Blanchett, the reason your movement died because it was never a movement to begin with. It was politics. It was politics. And you know what sucks? The women who were abused, the men who were abused, the kids who were abused, none of them got any justice. You guys love to be about justice. It wasn't like Jar Jar Abrams' wife didn't use Me Too to get rid of a Warner Brothers CEO so he would sign a deal for $250 million that he never honored. Look into that one. So Me Too died because it wasn't real. All right, we're going to end it there on that high note. And again, I'll see you either tonight or Wednesday night. I will let you know. We have a lot more super chats to still catch up on. Oh, yes, and there's Amber Heard. We can't forget Amber Turd. How could we forget Amber Turd? Champion of the Me Too movement. So I'll let you know. Thanks to the Modrotics. Thanks to everyone who left a super chat donation. You help keep the lights on. Thanks to everyone who participated. Thanks to all the lurkers. I appreciate you. We will see you next time. Bye-bye.